Danny-padilla! He's on YouTube! Oh my god!
Oh, it hurts me to say, fan, but you gotta go off. Oh. Gotta make sure I can hear myself. Oh, fuck, it's hot. Okay. Oh. Wow, my hair looks like shit. So usually I hate sitting down in front of a camera like this because it's like super inorganic. I don't know a lot of people who just do this naturally in their everyday, bro. No. Everyday life is what I was trying to say. And I think the reason for that is just that you can't really move at all. You can't really go places. You kind of see the same background the whole time. There's no movement in general outside of me doing this. Oh, I can actually make 360. Oh shit, okay. And the only time I actually really like to sit down is when I actually have something interesting to talk about, which I think I do. As far as my friend group goes in real life, I'm kind of known as the person who you go to if you want to know anything and everything about YouTube and stuff. And not to say that I'm the most knowledgeable human being in the world about like YouTube and shit, but like obviously they're gonna go to me, someone who makes videos and watches people pretty consistently. I even have scenarios where some of my friends will ask me like, okay, so why do we hate Jake Paul? Why do we hate Logan Paul? Why is Lil Tay a thing? I don't know. Although she's not a thing anymore. Spoiler! And so usually I give my overall review of a particular person and their content that they make. I think it's interesting. I think we should all be kind of doing this because I don't think that you should blindly follow people just because you like them per se. Like, you should kind of hold people accountable for consistently trying to create good content. And I think for certain people, obviously, you have such a devoted fan base that you could literally like film yourself shitting and it'd get like millions of views. I actually think that would do really well. And I don't actually know if you guys really respect my opinion on this, but like I feel like I watch YouTube from like a super analytical standpoint because I look to a lot of these people that I watch as my influences. With that being said, I definitely want to talk about this because I have some mostly positive but some like kind of negative things to say about certain people on the internet. Hopefully any and all negativity comes off as constructive criticism because I think that it should. Keep in mind this list isn't going to be like super extensive. I don't watch every single popular YouTuber out there and I want to be able to watch at least a few videos of yours before I can actually give a full-on critique as to how your content is, you know? Okay, so I wanted to start super positive. I wanted to start with my boy, Shane Dawson.
He's trying to snatch.
Let's go to the other mirror, maybe that one's better. My morning routine. Oh no, it's worse.
Shane's great, and let me tell you why. Shane's been on YouTube since fucking whatever, like 2006, I don't know. And what I really enjoy is that he's been able to kind of transcend what I like to call old YouTube into new YouTube. There are a lot of people who are kind of older YouTube that still have the same subscriber count because people don't really unsubscribe as much as they just kind of stop watching. And that's like people who were kind of popular maybe back in like 2010, 2011. Shane used to be super popular, and then obviously I think there was a period in between where he kind of lost track of what he wanted to do on YouTube, where he just seemed to not really be super motivated, and I think the viewership went down, which is actually, like, they make sense. Even though people who watch YouTube videos don't necessarily outwardly say, this person looks like they've been uninspired lately, I think there's something that kind of, it's almost like an X factor. Like, you can kind of just tell from watching someone's content that they're not super into it, or when they are super into it, which is actually one of the coolest things ever, which is what I'm getting to with regards to Shane. His most recent videos have been amazing. He's somebody that I, like, can't wait to watch his videos, partially because I really love his friend group, but also, he just comes up with really good ideas, and I think one of the biggest changes that he made was getting his videographer, Andrew Sawicki? Sawicki? I don't fucking know. I just said the same thing twice. This is something that's been happening on YouTube a lot more lately, which I think is actually game-changing. Literally just like brings you into a completely different world, is just the idea of adding a videographer to your team. Obviously someone like Shane can afford that, and therefore he did. Because there's only so much you can organically kind of do with just like holding your camera up like this. No one likes doing this. Shane, and then also Logan Paul, Jake Paul, those kinds of people have realized that it's a lot better when other people film for you. One, because they're better at it than you are at filming yourself, and it allows you to make your content a little bit more like a reality show, which I actually really enjoy. It's almost like we as the viewers are following you along in your regular life, and Shane has talked about how this is absolutely game-changing for him, and I totally get it because, like, wow, I wish I could have that. The idea of getting a videographer coupled with the idea of just getting the fuck out of the house, or like doing things that aren't just in front of a camera like this, I feel so fucking hypocritical. And it's cool because it feels like he's also crossing things slowly but surely off of his life bucket list, which I think is a really good way to go about making a YouTube channel. Even if the content's not as good as you'd like, you're still doing something that you're interested in doing in life in general. You're just clearly enjoying yourself on camera and you're having fun with your friends, which it feels like Shane is doing. Speaking of Shane's friends, I fucking love Garrett Watts. Garrett, if you ever watch this, you have my favorite laugh I think I've ever heard. But also you seem like a really nice guy. I usually feel like I can tell how nice people are, like actually genuinely nice, based on how they treat strangers. Because if you treat people well who you like, who like obviously have a positive effect on you, that's given, you know. Liking them is going to be good for you. But when you can treat strangers really nicely, that's how you know. That's how everyone around you just knows, like, why is this person like, this is actually what kindness looks like. It's not selective, like you don't just choose to be nice to certain people. It seems like Garrett Watts why did I say his full name, is objectively nice to every single person that I've seen him encounter in the vlogs, whether it be Shane's, Ryland's, his own. I'm talking way too fucking much about Garrett. Anyway, call me. Here's my number. No, it's not gonna appear, hopefully. Like, if I were to rate these, I'd give Shane like a 10 out of 10 because I think he's currently in the best place he's ever been as far as content goes. And I think he's also doing a lot to change the people's lives who watch his videos, which I think is one of the biggest reasons why you do it. Cool, let's move on. Let's move on to, obviously it's some hot goss right now. It's not gossip, it's just literally news. Liza Koshy, David Dobrik, they were at this, and now they're at this. And this is me, swooping in. I can talk about Liza really quick because she hasn't made videos in a while, and I can understand that because it seems like she's going through some shit, you know? Like, we all go through some shit at some times, and right now it's just her time. Obviously, breakup. It seems like she's been a little bit uninspired lately, but also, like, just kind of dealing with some stuff. You know. As far as her content goes, though, she's incredible. I think she's done something that hardly anyone else knows how to do, which I think is great. And this is something I struggle with super hard. She knows how to create really interesting and entertaining and well thought out videos just by herself, where it's just her in the video, which I think is so freaking difficult to do, which is why so many people, like her ex-boyfriend David, you know, kind of rely on other people in order to be able to create their content. And I think it's because a lot of her videos are more sketch-like. They're written out, they've got like a script. It's a lot more about the editing than anything else. But yeah, I really hope that she starts posting again soon. Hopefully she kind of gets back on the roll, and I hope she's happy. It's hot as shit. Got a dab. Oh, shit. Okay. Wow, my hair looks like fucking tits. I've never seen what tits look like. Okay, so obviously if I'm gonna talk about Liza, I'm also gonna talk about David.
What's up, guys? So a couple vlogs ago, we put a pool inside a moving truck.
David Dobrik is a vlogger. Obviously, he's kind of, I guess, probably at the helm of the Vlog Squad. I thoroughly enjoy all of the Vlog Squad's videos, but I thought I'd highlight David in particular because he's one of my biggest influences as far as like how my old vlogs were, also kind of still how my new vlogs are, mostly because he does something that I think is really cool, is that he actively tries to make every single day a little bit more interesting based on his choices, which I think all of us should do in life, just like as like a basic human thing. Life can be really fucking mundane and boring, right? But like when David's creating content as frequently as he is, then clearly he's just going to be actively choosing to do things he wouldn't normally do. But to the point now where it feels like he kind of just naturally does weirder things than average, and I think that that's great. I think that I've taken that personally as like a thing that I want to do, because I've found so many times where I'm just like sitting in front of this fucking computer or in front of this screen playing goddamn Xbox and just been like, dude, what? Like, this is every single day right now and I hate this. I will say that it's definitely easier for him more than other people to be able to create such interesting content so consistently, because he has a great friend group of people who are all trying to do the same thing. All of his friends want to be involved in some way or another. And it's just so nice knowing that you have like 15 people you could just call up if you want to like film something stupid for your vlog. And unfortunately, obviously for people like myself and other people, it's a little bit harder to have friends who are super down with being filmed and doing weird shit. I guess another negative that I might throw David's way is obviously the clickbait's pretty strong with this one. In the sense that like his titles and stuff are a little bit blown out of proportion, and the thumbnails always have his face going like, or like some shit, you know. But at the same time, I can't blame him. Like, everyone kind of gets addicted to good viewership. It's like a drug. It's like you get addicted to what clickbait does for your content. There's nothing worse than like having good viewership and then not having it anymore. And believe me, I've had videos that have done like super well, and then my videos more recently haven't done as well, and it's kind of like, well, shit, ooh, this sucks. But all in all, I think David has an insanely strong work ethic, and I envy that so much, and I wish I could just hang out with him for like a day or two to see what it looks like to be like a really, really, really efficient YouTuber. So if there are any openings in the Vlog Squad, hit me up. Keep doing you, DD, double D. So let's get a little bit more into the negative. Oh, well, it's not negative, it's just like, it's constructive criticism. Let's get into the likes of Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Obviously, lots of controversy, and we don't need to talk about that. If we were to start with Logan, let's start with Logan, because I think he's actually a little bit less problematic outside of the Suicide Forest video, of course. Logan's fine, his energy's just like always super high, and like, that's fine. Logan aims to entertain people who are like 8 through like 15 who have just the shortest attention span in the world. Really like high energy, like, and like him fighting his friends every 2 seconds. It feels like I'm watching almost like a porno. Oh gosh. There's not really like a clear objective or a goal, or like people aren't having like conflicting things. It's literally just like you kind of know what's gonna happen, and like they're kind of just flexing on you. Comparing it to a porno is really dumb though. But like, you know what? I can't blame him. Dude works really hard, and I don't think anyone can deny that. Like, homeboy works hard. And like, I used to watch his vlogs almost every single day because he was doing crazy things. He was also actively trying to make his days more interesting than they would normally. I don't necessarily think he and Jake are amazing influences on young kids. I think that's pretty obvious. Like, I don't think their values are are necessarily the best values to be like projecting upon millions of people who actually really highly view the opinions of Jake and Logan. I think they're just a little bit blindsided by what, you know, they feel like they have to create as content. And I think what bothers me the most about Jake and Logan Paul is because you know that this is kind of a character that they're putting on. They're really only showing you the like souped up on cocaine version of themselves. And for me, I'm not as into that. But I think it's because more recently I've been watching Shane Dawson's videos a lot, and Shane does a really good job of kind of showing the full spectrum of a human being. One thing that I have noticed that is super nice though is that their views are going down. And the reason that I think that is nice is not because I don't think their content's bad, but I think it's because the only way that you could literally prevent people who you don't think deserve fame from like getting fame on YouTube is literally to not watch their videos. Because even if you watch their videos out of hate, they're getting money from you, they're getting viewership from you, they're getting your literal time. But it seems like people have actually done that with regards to Logan and Jake, because I checked recently and they used to get like 5, 6, 7 million views a video, or at least Logan did, and nowadays they're not. Nowadays they're getting maybe like 2, 3 million views a video, maybe not even 2 million sometimes. But overall I think Logan's alright, so long as he doesn't negatively impact people with his content, that's all that matters. That's where I lead into Jake. Jake is a little bit worse because I think when he lived at his old house and stuff, a lot of his content was very much negatively impacting the people around him. Even in videos where he like disses teachers for not teaching him how to drive a fucking Lambo, that's negatively impacting kids who are then being like, huh, yeah, fuck teachers. Fuck you, Mrs. Golowitz. I don't know, fucking know. If anything, it's the curriculum and like the schools themselves that are not teaching you the right thing, but the teachers are just kind of forced to teach you what they do, and like obviously you're not gonna be able to learn how to drive a fucking Lambo from going to school. Although you do have driving instructors to teach you that. Those are teachers also, you little fuckboy. But yeah, all in all for Jake and Logan, I think they're both learning from their past mistakes. They can keep creating their content, though it's not for me, obviously. So long as they're not harming people around them or people watching the videos, by all means, flex your fucking wealth, flex your new ass house, flex your whatever.
Hi, I'm Elle Mills, and I get one question asked more than anything.
Alright, so Elle Mills came out as bisexual not too long ago, and probably the best coming out video I think I've ever seen. I think the internet has never seen one quite as good either. I've described Elle Mills' videos as really well-made, like, high school project videos. I don't know if that's, like, accurate or not, but obviously in, like, a really positive way. Like, I just thoroughly enjoy what she does, and clearly I think so does everyone, because she's blown up really quickly lately. And it's unfortunate because in her most recent video she talked about how she's, like, super sad about what's been going on, even though she's achieved all of her successes that she has kind of reached for. It feels sometimes like you always need to be moving on to something else, and I really hope she finds what she's looking for. But her videos are freaking great and super inspiring for a lot of people. I know firsthand that a lot of people that I know personally have been very much influenced by her content. So I give Elle Mills like a 14 out of 10 because she's also freaking great. Everyone here is great. I mean, clearly these are people that I watch, therefore I'm gonna think that they're good. MacDoesIt.
Dick.
MacDoesIt is actually, he tweeted at me when I actually said that I was gonna do this video idea, saying something along the lines of like, don't hate on me too much. Mac's great. You know why Mac's great? Because, let me fucking tell you. Okay, I met him back in like 2016. I don't remember what the actual event was, but we were part of like a VIP thing and we saw Chainsmokers for free, which was really cool. And he's also been a guest on my improv show, Script Not Found. And I had this conversation with him and he mentioned how one of his biggest goals was just to hit 100,000 subscribers. Basically, he fucking smashed that goal. And now he is at, let's see. He's at 1.1 million subscribers now. He has an audience now. He has an audience of people that have recognized that he makes good videos. They're really well edited. I can imagine it probably takes him fucking forever to finish these things. Moving on. Okay, Emma Chamberlain.
Hey guys. Okay, that's it. Don't cry because people are hating on you. Smile because you love yourself.
She's new. Well, I don't know if she's new. She's new to me, clearly. She may or may not be one of the newest members of the vlog squad with David Dobrik. She's funny. She also is able to kind of create content just by herself that's interesting, and I love this little dialogue she has between her filming version of herself and then her editing version of herself afterwards, just kind of shitting on like the stuff that she said in her actual vlogs. I think it's a really good thing that I might adapt a little bit in my own content. We'll see. Oh. I think she does a really good job of capitalizing on her super quirky personality, and I think that she does a really good job of like showing that through her editing techniques and stuff like that. I really hope she gets like super popular, and hopefully I'll meet her at some point because she just moved to LA. So I thought I would round this one off by giving a little bit of a critique on Elle Mills. Hi! One of my best friends and someone I've known for like 11 years, way before this whole YouTube thing started. Elle, I know you're not expecting me to do this, but I thought I would throw out a little piece of advice, I guess. I think Elle makes great content. Like, I find myself giggling like a fucking idiot when I'm like laying in bed by myself to Allie's videos a lot of the times. I think the reason I laugh at it more than, you know, I do with other people is because this is actually like kind of how Elle is when she gets in the vibe, I guess you'd say. I don't know, it's like she's comedically unstoppable when she's at that certain point, and it's great because that comes out a lot in her YouTube videos. I guess the only critique that that I'd have really is I wish that I saw all of Ali per se. Like, I wish I saw the full 360-degree version of Ali on the internet. I don't know, for me, as a viewer of my own friends' content and a huge fan, I would just love to see the stuff that's a little bit more chill. I'd love to see, you know, like, maybe that's just me. But yeah, that's just what I thought I'd put out there. This video took way too fucking long for me to film. I would love to do critiques on more people. I know there are people out there like Tana Mojo, James Charles, what's that guy's name? Jeffree Star. Although I know that there's a lot more controversy between those three people specifically, as well as obviously other members of Team 10, people in like the Clout Gang, Rice Gum, FaZe Banks, Alyssa Violet, she's so cute. Okay, nope. If you have any recommendations for a follow-up video for this, or one where I critique more people, I would love to know your recommendations because I want to watch more people in general. But yeah, like, I don't know if you value my opinion in this. I'm obviously not, like, I've never been personally like super big on YouTube or anything. I'm not the Rotten Tomatoes of YouTube in the sense that like you shouldn't completely take my opinion as like the gospel. I feel like I have a lot to say. If you enjoyed this whatsoever, like, please give it a like. I haven't asked to do that in like fucking forever. That's probably why my likes are so low. But yeah, anyway, my song Leaving This just came out, or it hasn't come out yet. I don't know when I'm posting this video. Y'all should go listen to it. It's kind of sad and depressing, but like, hey, that's part of my life, just like how being upbeat is also part of my life. So I will see y'all later. I'm Danny Padilla. It's really hot in here because I had to turn off the fan because it's loud. Until next time, enjoy your life. Hopefully it's colder where you are.